Happy Friday, everyone. It's Paul and McKenna back for your weekly update. Paul, do you want to go over some of the events this week that stood out to you or that you...
Yeah, I've got, what have we got, 30 minutes time. I'm doing something with Doral Renewables, who are a US solar developer who are in the process of putting together, developing the largest solar farm in the United States. So I'm going to have a chat to them about scale, about cost of panels, accessing panels from China, all sorts of those sort of issues, and dive a little bit into their business model. Working backwards, Tia Mega was one of Caroline's who was she was busy this week talking about offshore wind farms in Europe, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, were off Portugal. I think it was Portugal. No, floating wind farms. I mean, it's a very, very cool technology. Obviously that's an amazing engineering feat, because wind farms historically have been anchored on the sea floor, and these things have the ability to be able to be moved anywhere. Which again, the permanence of these things gives the developers a lot more flexibility in terms of with contracts and the like. And Ceres is a European hydrogen company. Again, Caroline spoke to them again, which is another one of these of our hydrogen narrative, which, as McKenna, as you know, I'm a bit of a skeptic on the hydrogen narrative, as in it's still, well, let's put it this way. Our Climate 2023 event, that our hydrogen panel is going to focus on whether hydrogen can actually sort of reach its potential in 2023. So I think that there is a lot of hype about hydrogen. Now, everyone, just for full disclosure, the reason we haven't planned a full hydrogen conference for 2023 as yet is because every week there is a hydrogen conference somewhere in the world. It's crazy. It's absolutely bonkers. So, look, again, I can be skeptical. There are great companies like Ceres who are front and center in all of this. But look, it's still going to be a dominant climate narrative going into 2023 and 2023 and beyond. But so very renewables focused this week, and again in 25 minutes or so, I'll have a conversation with Doral Renewables.
Yes, and I do encourage everyone to go back to Britta's presentation with the Tia Mega Wind, just because she shows the video of how their technology works. It's so light and it is just really efficient, and she has some modeling that is just so impressive. And then next week on Tuesday, we have Terrestrial Energy, the CFO, Cannon Bryan, and he'll be talking about how their nuclear technology is 50% more efficient than conventional nuclear. And they're in the scaling up process. But as of right now, a clump of their nuclear energy can sit in the back of a FedEx truck and provide 40 years of energy. And that can be in rural areas that aren't connected to the grid, or it can be anywhere that someone needs it. And
because just on that point, there's a real push amongst a lot of small nuclear companies for these effectively, not in some cases mobile nuclear reactors, which sounds really fucking dangerous to me, but that's neither here nor there. But all these very, very small scale facilities that can go off and be connected to a single industrial plant, or particularly uses in things, in a conversation I had recently, Native American reservations and the like, and Native American and Native reservations in Canada and these sort of things. So it's very cool. Nuclear is becoming, after having the black eye after Fukushima, there is I use the expression a lot, an arms race in the nuclear industry, which is probably is a bad turn of phrase. But you get what I'm saying, that there's a lot of money, there's so much money and capital going in there. And I think we're seeing real innovation in the nuclear space, which is really, truly encouraging.
It is. And it's very encouraging that so many people are funding this nuclear space to see, because more money makes more safety too. So it's really a positive change there.
For sure.
And then this upcoming Thursday, we have Row Motion. So Mina Ha will be talking about the difference that's upcoming for black mass, and just all the battery technology and its recycling, and what we can do with the material after the fact. So that's really exciting. And I am looking forward to hearing the different applications of all this. And black mass is more of a hot topic and kind of a convoluted one. So we'll see what Mina has to say.
Yeah, and I think if you would have asked me that we would have done in the last 14 months as much recycling content as we had, I wouldn't have picked it. I would have ignorantly came into the process 14, 15 months ago, not having a strong view on recycling in terms of its benefits, but not in terms of the innovation that we see. And so whether it's AMP robotics or what Romotion will come out and talk about with black mass, it's very cool. It's very cool. There's a lot of innovation and tech going into this space, which is really super encouraging.
Yeah, I feel like all of our content for a while has been on the positive edge. So I think it's really hopeful, But everyone, I encourage you to tune in to those 2 interviews next week and register for Climate 2023. That's December 6th and 7th. We'll have a slew of incredible panels and one-on-ones, and you'll see what's to come for the new year.
Perfect. McKenna, have a good weekend. I'll chat to you later.
You too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.